Hello and welcome to A Life More Boaty. We are here today at the Cannes Boat Show, courtesy of the lovely people at Geno, to have a look at the Merry Fisher 895 Sport Series 2. So why Series 2, I hear you ask? Well, effectively they've made some changes to the superstructure, effectively the hull and the transom, to enable one, a deeper V, and two, slightly more engine power output on the back. Now this one, as you can see, it's got a couple of Yamaha 250 V6 4.2s. You can take those up to two 350s because they've effectively strengthened the transom and the hull section. So we start on the back here, neat little bathing platform extension with a swim ladder, and again lovely to see a grab handle as you come on board. Then you've got a gate here that you can shut across to keep people in and out. And you'll notice straight in the back there's this sort of module, dining module at the back, which serves a number of purposes. First off, it is a brilliant wet bar, sink and cup holder storage. It also backs the seating. So all of this seating on this side, so that seat can fold up, as can that seat over there. So effectively you want to fold the seat up, pretty straightforward. You fold it up and away it goes. And then you'll also notice that there's a track down in here. So when you're folding the engines up, so the idea with outboards, which is brilliant with outboards, is when you're not using them, you tilt them up so they're not sitting in the water. And then this unit here, effectively, you can see it unlocks there and then runs all the way forward into that slot there. So you lose a little bit of seating or a bit of cockpit space, but you gain the ability to have the engines out of the water. Because you've got outboards, that then means effectively this space at the back here is free. So if I think I've uncatched it already. So effectively you can lift that up like so, and then down in there, okay, bit of boat show clobber and some infill cushions, but you've got a fair bit of storage and access to the battery bank in there. Shut that back down. You have asymmetric side decks, so big access or side door there, big side deck up that side, and if we look over the other side you'll see substantially still a side deck, still functioning, but much smaller and not cut away. While we are in the cockpit, one other thing I wanted to show you is there's a little bit of overhang here from the superstructure, and then you've got the option to pull out that extra sunshade as well. So we go around the deck as I was suggesting, so you can see how deep this deck is. Now the bulwark's up to my hips and the grab rail here is almost sort of starting at lower chest height. Great access and ventilation in and out through that captain's door, right the way forward, grab handles leading us all the way in, and then we come to this, I have to say, really fantastic little bow area. Bimini in the top here, as you can see, which is well appreciated on the day like today. Glazing in the superstructure there to put light down below, but what a lovely place to sit. And this to me I think is a change and a betterment of the old system where they had that pull out seat. But you've got a seat section that runs all the way around here. You've got padding rails in here if you want to as well. How fantastic. And then you have down here the anchor locker, external anchor winch, which is neat, but yeah, how practical is that? Little seat, very practical, functional, forward-facing reverse shear or vertical windscreen with a couple of purposeful wipers. Really nice. So we will head back inside, or we're going to go and have a look at the accommodation. So inside on the starboard side here we have a little mini galliette, single burner hob, little sink in there, and a selection of drawer storage in here. There's more drawer storage in there. It's a fridge, well you can see that, there's a fridge down in there. Little sliding helm station seat even here. And then you can see how big that sliding access door is. There is also sunroof above us with a sun shield in it. So at the moment the sun shield's in, but that slides all the way back. And you've got Fusion stereo over there, Garmin VHF as well, throttle controllers, Yamaha engine display, single screen Garmin, bow thruster, trim tabs, and the usual selection of switches. And then over on the other side we have the dining area. Really neat, lovely fabrics. Opening window over there, so with the sunroof, the back door and the door behind me, you really can get a through flow of air. This table folds up to give you a bit more dining space, but more importantly, I slide this across, it gives you the ability to turn this seat from dining, whoop, no, stay there, with the ability to have then a forward, I didn't fold the table over, sorry, right, that then gives you the ability to fold that back like that and have a twin seat, potentially a twin seat, going forwards. I will just put this back for them because I have balanced the table somewhat. And that cushion back over there. So that then leads us down to the accommodation. I mean, actually, while we're here, look at how that single piece windscreen gives you really, really good visibility facing forwards. So we drop down to the accommodation. Not massive, but necessarily functional, I would say. Slightly offset berth there, over to the starboard side. Hull glazing, as is the norm these days, making this quite light and bright. We haven't got any lights on in here, and there is quite nice as well. Under those seats there is a dump hatch. You can either chuck stuff down into the cabin or you can use it to escape from the cabin. Filing right the way back, you can see that superstructure glazing in there, cupboard in here like so, more storage over there, so there's plenty of storage dotted around the boat. It's actually a decent sized bed. Sliding door, logically, because otherwise a full-size door would take up too much space. Back into the companionway, turn around and we can see the shared heads here. Pull out shower in the sink, storage underneath, mirror, and also access to the back of the helm station and a little window for ventilation. Around on the other side we then have the second cabin, still a double, still with hull window and ventilation there, and then tucked away underneath here we have the full-size double berth in there. So pretty neat. So two decent double cabins is pretty impressive, but it's very much a multifunction boat. You know, you've got this big open cockpit for fishing, and you've got that entertaining space at the back and the front as needed. So I will say thank you very much to the nice people at Geno for letting us have a look around that Mary Fisher 895. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do please like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time round. Thank you very much for watching.